So the bucket activity is one started by our director, Maureen McGonigal, many years ago. And when the time comes for someone to leave our department, everybody has the opportunity to take pieces of their job that they wouldn't mind sharing and put those in the bucket. And they also kind of determine what other positions they'd be interested in. And the senior leadership team looks for new matches, new fits, ways to create new opportunities for people. And it's created some interesting partnerships. Myself, I started as the assistant director of student development, but also had some babysitting. And then after some time, the bucket list came, and along with a promotion, moved to senior assistant director of facilities. So it was an opportunity for me to move on from operations and become more of a facilities professional. So on a personal level, I started in campus rec, doing intramurals, moved to student development and then facilities. And it's really important that as you try to move up the ladder, that you're having those different experiences. No one becomes a director having only intramural experience or only having group fitness experience. You need to have expertise in all those areas in order to be successful later on in your career. And this is a great opportunity for people to get those same experiences, get those new skills, gain some leadership knowledge, and really try and improve without having to do kind of the traditional bounce around to 4 or 5 different schools before getting to what some of your career goals are.
So my experience with the bucket exercise, I started here at DePaul about 6 years ago, and I was the assistant director of club sports and special events. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess whichever way you want to frame it, we've had a lot of people that have left and transitioned out of DePaul since I've been working here. So my first opportunity to participate in the bucket exercise, I put in that I wanted more student development opportunity. So I was working with club officers, and that was great, but I didn't really have any student employees. So I had the opportunity to pick up a staff of about 15 student employees. So I started supervising the 3rd floor student employees, so our sports supervisors. And then the second time I went through the bucket exercise, I picked up another program area. So I started to oversee the Team Challenge program area. And then this last time when we went through the exercise about a year and a half ago, I completely switched my role and became the assistant director of membership. And what I really like about it is a part of it, they ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? And then what does your dream job look like? And so not only are you writing down what you think is feasible, but you're writing down and you're truly thinking about what your professional development looks like in the moment, as well as how this change can impact what your career trajectory looks like 5 years and 10 years down the line. And then to echo what Scott was talking about, instead of having to bounce around to different jobs at different universities, stay there for a couple of years, learn, grow, leave, you're able to learn, grow, and stay, which is great because we have a really wonderful team here, and so you get to continue to work together.
When we talk about leadership development, we always lend it to our students and how we were helping our students learn and grow. The bucket activity really is leadership development for full-time staff. It is putting people in different places, sometimes comfortable, sometimes uncomfortable, but chances to learn, grow, build their skill sets. And that's super important as you try to move around and move up, and you're challenged. That's the other big thing, is that you're challenged as you go. I think a lot of jobs, especially at the entry level, have a shelf life. And there's a point where, whether it's the exhaustion of the hours or just not challenged by the work, you're ready for something new. And so this is a way for you to gain that new. And then from a managerial side, it takes a lot of work to onboard and train a full-time staff member into a new role. If you can put people in your department into these new positions, but not have to introduce them to the environment, the culture, the university, policies, procedures. You're putting people in spots to succeed, and they never have to leave. And so it's very helpful to the university that they're not turning over employees. They're creating new experiences, satisfaction goes up. It's really a win-win.
Yeah, and I think as we talk to our students all the time about transferable skills. So as you're an entrance attendant coming in, you're swiping IDs, but you're really doing customer service, you're doing communication, you're doing all these different things. And the bucket exercise allows us to really put into practice some of the things we're giving as advice to our student employees, because switching from program area to being more of the membership and facilities and thinking about our services from a member satisfaction standpoint, it's similar because you're looking at how the students like and enjoy the programs that we're offering, but you switch over and you're a lot more numbers, a lot more budget, a lot of that kind of stuff. But I see a lot of data now, and I look at the data, I'm like, why is this happening? And then I get to go and have, additional conversations. But having that programming background can also kind of pull that into it. But the same type of transferable skills that I was learning in my initial job have really helped me to transition into my membership job. So I think just actually being able to experience what we're telling our students to talk about in interviews is also helpful.
And I think Nicole is a perfect example of, if you have good people, you don't want to lose them, and you make sacrifices and you make changes to keep good people on board. And so if you have good staff and you don't want to lose them, this is an exercise you do to keep those people around, to keep them retained and keep them happy, because if you got a good one, you don't just let them go away.